Before the Medici became dukes, popes, and symbols of the Renaissance, they were bankers. In 15th-century Florence, they discovered something more useful than a throne, a financial network that could turn credit into influence. The Medici Bank is usually dated to 1397, when Giovanni di Medici established his business in Florence. The city was already one of Europe's great centers of cloth, trade, and finance. Its gold florin circulated far beyond Tuscany, giving Florentine merchants a trusted currency for international business. But the Medici Bank was not a modern high street bank. It accepted deposits, changed currencies, financed trade, managed payments, and invested in commercial ventures. Its business depended on information moving between cities faster and more safely than bags of coins. One of the most important tools was the bill of exchange. The Medici did not invent it, but they used it effectively. A merchant could pay money to a banker in Florence, receive a written bill, and arrange for funds to be paid in another city, such as Bruges. The transaction moved credit without forcing the merchant to carry a chest of gold across Europe. Exchange rates also created opportunities for profit in a world where openly charging interest could conflict with church rules against usury. The bank expanded through branches in major commercial and political centers. These branches were not simply desks controlled minute by minute from Florence. Many operated as legally separate partnerships, with their own managers, capital, and accounts. The Medici family retained control, but local partners shared responsibility and profit. The structure spread risk and rewarded managers, although it later made weak oversight dangerous. The most important relationship was with the papal court. The Roman operation handled deposits, payments, and transfers connected to the church. Access to papal business meant more than fees. It brought elite clients, political information, and contact with powerful officials moving across Europe. When Giovanni died in 1429, his son Cosimo inherited both the bank and the network around it. Cosimo did not abolish the Florentine Republic or crown himself prince. He built power indirectly. Banking profits supported loans, favors, marriages, political allies, churches, libraries, scholars, and architecture. Each act of patronage created gratitude and prestige. Each connection could produce more business, information, and influence. His rivals understood the danger. In 1433, Cosimo was arrested and exiled from Florence. Yet he returned the following year. From 1434 until his death, he became the central political figure in the city while republican institutions formally remained in place. This was the Medici method. Money did not purchase Florence in one transaction. It created a web of people who depended on Medici credit, protection, employment, or friendship. The family's cultural spending also changed how power looked. A bank balance was invisible. A palace, a church, a library, or a work of art was public. Patronage converted private wealth into civic legitimacy and helped associate the Medici name with Florence itself. But the system had weaknesses. Separate branches could conceal bad decisions. Managers sometimes made risky loans to rulers who were slow to repay. The Bruges branch, managed by Tommaso Portinari, became a famous example of dangerous lending and weak control. After Cosimo's death in 1464, supervision deteriorated. Political priorities and family prestige increasingly competed with banking discipline. Lorenzo the Magnificent became one of history's most famous patrons and political leaders, but the bank declined under his generation. Branches failed, losses accumulated, and in 1494 the remaining institution collapsed as the Medici were driven from Florence. Yet the failure of the bank did not erase the family. The Medici had already converted financial profits into land, alliances, offices, reputation, and cultural memory. They later returned to power. Members of the family became popes, dukes, and rulers of Tuscany. The Medici did not invent banking, double-entry bookkeeping, capitalism, or the Renaissance. Their achievement was combining finance, information, patronage, and politics more effectively than their rivals. The Medici Bank failed. The Medici system won.